Ghana's debt has reached high levels that have culminated in the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank classifying the country as a high debt distressed country. Now, as part of KPMG's pre-budget survey ahead of the budget presentation on Wednesday, business leaders sampled want the government to reduce borrowing for current expenditure and channel borrowing towards employment creation. Head of Advisory and Markets at KPMG, Andy Akoto, said government must move quickly and address the challenges within the fiscal economy.
Culminated in the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank classifying the country as a high debt distressed country. As part of KPMG's pre-budget survey ahead of the budget presentation on Wednesday, 17th November, business leaders sampled want government to reduce borrowing for current expenditure and channel borrowing towards employment creation. Head of Advisory and Markets at KPMG, Andy Akoto, said government must move quickly and address the challenges within the fiscal economy.
I think things are beginning to head north again. And this presents a big challenge. And in fact, from the KPMG pre-budget survey, some of the respondents, in terms of their stay-awake issues, identified these matters as a source of concern, because if we are not able to introduce stricter fiscal discipline and therefore manage these exchange rates and other resulting indices in the system, then we are going to find ourselves in a situation where planning becomes difficult. Investor decisions are impacted by the risk posed by these uncertainties and risk. And it therefore becomes important that in the upcoming budget, we hear clearly some plans to bring some stability back into the system, what economists will also call fiscal consolidation, so that we're able to better plan and manage both our businesses and the economy.
Andy Akoto also said the government seems to be lost in mobilizing revenue, as revenue mobilization has become the Achilles heel of the government. He charged the Ghana Revenue Authority to look into the loopholes of its own revenue mobilization and close them to enable the nation reduce its borrowing.
If you look at revenue generation, the foremost institution at the helm of affairs is the Ghana Revenue Authority. And recently we heard from the Finance Ministry that they've introduced a new unit called RACE, which is Revenue Assurance and Compliance Enforcement. Why? Because at the end of the day, when you are borrowed and then invested in the economy, you are supposed to monitor, participants and make sure that we can generate the needed revenues to service these debts. Okay, but it's been the rigor with which we have done that continues to increase our debt profile. And therefore, we seem to have all these plans designed well on paper. But how do we ensure that we close the loopholes?
The KPMG survey also found out about the impact of global mega trends on economies. It said the public debt is expected to operate as a significant constraint on fiscal and policy options through to 2030 and beyond, and as such, government's ability to bring debt under control and find new ways of delivering public services will affect their capacity to respond to major social, economic, and environmental challenges.